Hello students, welcome to online classes and myself Siva. I am your computer subject lecturer. According to Usmania University, first year, second semester BCom computer application students should have to learn programming with C and C++ subject. So in this first session, I can explain about the syllabus part and course pattern which is given by the Usmania University. Okay, now let us start our first session. Okay, thank you. For the syllabus part purpose, I am opening Microsoft Word window. Here I am changing the font and font size also I am increasing. Next, the subject name is actually first BCom Computer Applications, second semester. Subject name is Programming with C and C++. Our subject name is Programming with C and C++. According to Usmania University, according to Usmania University syllabus. First, unit 1. Actually, we have completely 5 units. 5 units we have. So, in the unit 1, introduction of C language. Introduction of C language. Types of introduction of C language. C language contain different types of concepts. In that concept, the first concept is types of languages. Types of languages. Next, history of C language. History of C language. Next, basic structure of C language. Basic structure of C language. Sorry, basic structure of C program, not a language. Of C program. Next, programming rules. Programming rules. Next, flow charts. Next, algorithms. Next, commonly used library functions. Don't think about this is not a books library. This is software library. Software library is nothing but if already have defined it, if already have developed some problems, some common problems we have, some common problems for that solutions they have already developed and stored in that library. If you want, then you can use in your current program. Next, executing the C program. Executing the C program. Next, preprocessors in C. Next, keywords and identifiers. Keywords and identifiers. Next, constants. So this is the introduction part of C language. Next, variables. And this complete part is chapter 1. Now chapter 2, this one. In the variable section, rules for defining variables. What is variable? How to create the variable? If you want to create any variable, what are the rules and restrictions we need to follow? That all those things at concept is going on time, we will discuss later. So you don't confuse, just listen. This is the first class now. In this first class, you don't know anything. Just you can note down these points and what are the syllabus content we have. That complete syllabus part you have to note down. So till now somebody you haven't listened these words at anywhere. But while the concept is explaining time, each and everything you can get an awareness. You will get an awareness about on this subject. So the concepts first you have to listen and write down the notes. And next is scope and lifetime. Scope and life of a variable. Next, data types. Next, type conversion. Next, formatted input and output operations. And the second chapter is also completed. The syllabus part of second chapter is completed. Next, we have to start third chapter, operators. C language provides different types of operators. So introduction of operators. Next, arithmetic operators. Next, relational operators. Logical operators. Next, assignment operators. And next one, conditional operators. Bitwise operators. So these many operators we have. Bitwise operators. Next, increment or decrement operators. So this is third chapter. The complete operators concepts belongs to third chapter. In the first unit, we have 3 chapters. First one is introduction of C language. In that, number of concepts we have. So after that, second chapter, variables. In that, different types of concepts we have. And next one, operators. This is third chapter, introduction to operator, arithmetic operators, and like that, different types of operators we have. C language providing different types of operators. to develop, to write any C program. So first unit completed. Next, unit 2. Unit 2. Conditional statements. Actually, these are control statements. Control statements. The chapter name is control statements. In that, conditional statements introduction and if statement, if else statement, nested if else statements, nested if else statements, break statement, and continue statement, next go to statement, next switch statements. Okay, in this unit 2, this is complete first chapter. Next, loops is the second chapter. Loops concept is the second chapter. Introduction of loops, while loop, do while loop, sorry, these all are lowercase letters because of every programming language is case sensitive. Better to use lowercase letters because of all syntaxes comes under in the lowercase format. So that's why almost all programming languages are case sensitive languages. So all programming languages better to use in the lowercase format because of some all predefined syntaxes comes with lowercase format. So that's why lowercase is better. For loop, nested loops. So in the second chapter we have the introduction of loops and what are the types of how many types of loops we have. So all those things we will discuss in this chapter. Second unit is also completed. This much syllabus you have, and next third unit. Functions. Functions is the first chapter in the third unit. Definition and declaration. Definition and declaration of functions. Before functions, introduction also required now. What is function? Why we need to use the function? That introduction part is very important. Then only you will get an awareness about on the functions. So in the functions concept, first we need to learn about the introduction part. After that, how to define the function and the declaration syntax, how we can use, all those things we will learn. Next, function prototype. Function prototype with return statement. With return statement. Don't confuse. Some people till now they haven't heard anywhere this one. So that's why some people will confuse. So don't confuse. While explaining time, you can understand everything about this subject. Okay, na? Next, types of functions. Types of functions. Formatted and unformatted functions. Formatted and unformatted functions. Next, in the second chapter, built-in functions. Built-in functions. Built-in functions are nothing but which are the functions has already developed by C program. Already developed by the C programmers. These built-in functions comes with along with C software. Along with C software, these complete functions, built-in functions are all available, comes with C software. So no need to develop and no need to write extra logic for that. If it is a common to that related concept, then if you have already, already we have the predefined functions. Sometimes we can use in our current program. Okay, predefined means already it has developed with the common method, with the common logic. So if you want to use, you no need to write, you no need to take the burden. Again, you no need to take the burden to write the function. So you just import that header file and you can use in your current program. If you want to do any mathematical operations, some common mathematical operations has developed and stored into the library. While that concept is going on time, you can easily understand about that. Mathematical functions. String functions. String functions. Character functions. Date functions. These are all are common for every time. Okay, this chapter is also over, and now user defined functions. The next chapter is user defined functions. In that, first we need to have an awareness. We need to get an awareness by introduction part. So that's why introduction is also required. Next, need for user defined functions. Built-in functions are nothing but the function logic has already developed and stored into the C program header files. C header files. But user defined function means sometimes we need to develop our own logic. For that, user defined functions are we have to know, and we need to get an awareness on that. If you want to develop your own function, compulsory you have an awareness about on this user defined functions. How to create, how to use the syntax, how to write the logic in between that function braces, function brackets. Understand? So in this part, you need to learn that concept only. Need for user defined functions. Next, elements of functions. Elements of functions. Function call. Next, call by value and call by reference. Call by value and call by reference. Recursive function. Recursive function. Call by value, call by reference means, okay, now you cannot understand about this. While functions concept is going on time, I will explain clearly. Recursive function is nothing but a function calling by itself. A function calling by itself. So for that recursive function we can use. Next, fourth chapter, arrays. Fourth chapter, arrays. Introduction. Next, defining an array. Initializing an array. Array means, don't confuse. If you want to save same type of elements, a list of elements if you want to save in the single variable, arrays is better concept. Arrays is better concept. Characteristics of an array. Characteristics of an array. Next, one-dimensional array. Next, two-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array. So these are the concept in the arrays chapter. In the next chapter is strings. The third unit contain 5 chapters. Introduction, declaring and initializing, initializing string, reading and writing strings, string standard functions, So up to here third unit completed. Next, unit 4. Next, unit 4. In the unit 4, the major concept is pointers. In this, pointers introduction, features of pointers, declaration of pointers, arithmetic operations with pointers, next chapter is structures. introduction, structures introduction, features of structures, declaring and initialization, initializing structures, declaring and initialization of structure, structure within structure, structure within structure, call it nested structure. One structure inside, one more structure. If you want to define one structure inside one more structure, and then it is called structure within structure, and also call it nested structure. Array of structures, Next, enumerated data types. Next chapter is union. Simple introduction, definition and advantages of unions. Next, comparison, structures and unions. So till now 4th unit also completed up to here. Next, unit 5. This is the last unit. Object oriented programming concept. Object oriented programming concepts using C++. Object oriented programming concept using C++. In this introduction of object oriented programming, OOPS are nothing but object oriented programming system. The first letters, this one, and S is system. Understand? Next one, structure of C++. Up to unit 4, you have to learn C language only. But in 5th unit, you need to learn C++ concepts. Next, storage classes, similarities and differences. Of C and C++. Next, data members, member functions, OOPS concepts, Oops, concepts. Next, classes. Class. Inheritance. Actually, these all are comes under this one, oops concept. Inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation. Next, abstraction. So this is the complete entire syllabus of your 4th semester subject. The subject name is Programming with C and C++. So this subject contains totally 5 units. In 5 units, these are the concepts we have to learn in this semester. We have to learn. And now we have to see the course pattern. Subject name is Programming with C and C++. Don't use shortcuts. In the examination time also you have to write the complete subject name. Okay, Programming with C and C++. This name is also, you have an awareness on the examination time. Somebody writing C and C++, somebody writing Programming with C, somebody writing C language. So that's not right. So complete subject name you have to write in the examination time. Okay, that's better. Next, this subject contains theory 50 marks. Theory 50 marks. Only. And exam time duration is 1.5 hours only. Similar to FIT. Okay, na? FIT subject contain exam duration is what? 1.5 hours only, na? So this is also computer subject. So this subject is also contain 1.5 hour duration and 50 marks only. The marks are only 50 marks for this subject. And if you want to get pass mark in that 50 marks, at least you need to get 40% of marks. 40% of marks. So in 50 marks, the 40% marks are how much? 40 divided by 100. So at least 20 marks you need to get. Pass marks 20. If you get 20 marks, then you will get the pass mark in this subject. Okay, na? And there is no assignment. There is no assignment for this subject. So for theory, you have only 50 marks. The examination duration is 1.5 hours. And in that 50 marks, if you want to get any pass mark, for this subject, at least 40% you need to get. So the total marks are 50 na? So around the total marks 50, the 40% is 20 is the pass mark. If you will get the 20 marks, then automatically you pass that subject. You will pass that subject. And this subject don't have any assignments. Don't worry about this. And don't take any burden to write the assignments, because of there is no assignment for this subject. And now come to the practical. practical marks are 35. Practical marks are 35. Practical marks are 35. And internal exams we have now. So for that, internal marks 15. So total 35 plus 15, 50 marks. So practical and internal marks are 50 marks and theory marks are 50 marks. Understand? Understand? So this is the course pattern of this one. The subject programming with C and C++ course pattern is this one. Theory is 50 marks and practical is 35 marks. Internal exam is 15 marks. So there is no assignment for this subject, but practice is very important because of this. This is completely related to programming language. This is not a similar like to MS Office. This is programming language. Compulsory, you have to do the practice. And today I am ending this session, and tomorrow I will explain the introduction part of C language. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this session, and from tomorrow onwards we will discuss with the topics. Okay, thank you.